use that at times like when I get so just buried I bury myself in I feel the pressure at work, get a lot to do. I overwhelm myself, it's not necessarily, I don't know. I do it to myself, and I just lose that positivity and become negative for a little bit. Just a second here. Let me see. Okay, that was my manifesto. Here is a clean copy of the questions for you to use for writing your own manifesto. What will our mission be from this moment forward? What will be our plan of action? What steps must be taken? What am I really after in life? What do I really want to create and contribute? What kind of person do I want to show the world each day? What types of persons shall I love and enjoy life with? What great cause will keep me going when I feel weak or distracted? What shall be my ultimate legacy? What steps must I take to begin and sustain these efforts? What will I orient my days to accomplishing this week, this month, this year? These questions shall stand as an excellent goal-oriented guide to reaching your dreams. They get to the heart of where we want to go and how to get there. When we look back at the great achievements throughout the history of mankind, passion was the driving force behind them. Orville and Wilbur Wright may have used their creativity to invent and build the airplane that they used, but it was their passion that got the plane and their first successful flight of it completed. If Albert Einstein was not passionately curious, as he so eloquently put it, our knowledge of science may not be advanced as it is. Neil Armstrong would never have set foot on the moon if it were not for the passion of mankind for adventure and to reach for the stars. Only a few years after the start of the 20th century, an entrepreneur named Henry Ford, through his passion and his implementation of the assembly line, brought down the price of the automobile for the masses. Sir Edmund Hillary and his guide, Nepalese Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, never would have reached the summit of Mount Everest on May 29, 1953, if they did not have the passion to conquer the highest peak in the world. The civil rights movement may not have gotten where it is. The civil rights movement may not have gotten where it has if it were not for the passion of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. for all people to share the same rights. India may not have gained independence from Great Britain if it were not for the nonviolent passion of Mahatma Gandhi. The original 13 colonies of the United States would not have broken free from England if it were not for the passion of the people to be free. Anyone who is considered to be great or has done anything considered to be great has gotten to the point where they are or done what they have done with a force of passion driving them. Looking at all of these achievements, I conclude that in order to be great or do something great, we must live the passionate life. We must not shrink back at the prospect of putting forth more effort and energy than we need to in order to simply survive. If we intend to live a life in which we are living up to our full potential, we must put forth as much energy and effort as possible, being fully present and alive, filled up with a vibrancy and an urgency to be our best selves. Try to imagine what you could add to the lives of those around you, and even the world, if you put forth your best self on a consistent basis. The results will astound you when you do this. I would say that the results Yeah, the results will astound you when you do this. I would say that the results would astound you, but that would infer that it is still mere possibility. I have faith in you. Where am I at? Okay. I have faith in you that you will be your best self. You are still reading this book, so that tells me that you are certainly dedicated to personal development. I believe that because you are still with me at this point, you are a success. Maybe you have not yet reached the point that you are striving for, that place that you consider to be success. As long as you are still trying to get there, following the path of progress, you are an astronomical distance ahead of where you would be if you were satisfied with status quo. After all, it is not so much about what we have, yet it is about what we are generating. If we wish to have a positive day, we need to be generating positive vibes. The opposite goes without saying. If we wish to have more love in our life, we need to generate more love within us. If we feel that we need to have more passion for life, for those around us, or whatever aspect of our lives we wish, we need to generate that passion within. Life will sometimes land softly in front of us, as if to present itself to us gracefully. This does not seem to happen as often as the other alternative, which is that we end up having to work very hard to attain the level of life that we want. That workload is greatly lessened if we are passionate about what we are working on. If our work is geared toward our dreams and where we want to be in life, it seems easier and we are even apt to enjoy the work. If our work is simply something to pass the time until something better comes along, or it is just a way to bring in a paycheck, then it is likely to become monotonous and despised. Along with despising it, we can even get to that point that we are not only unpassionate about our work, but also about our lives. Our work takes up a lot of our waking hours. It is easy to allow it to take over our lives, as a bad mood at work can be brought home and reflect on those we live with. Given this comparison, it seems wise to opt for working toward our dreams rather than just working to survive. Do not lose sight of the declarations we have made. I have made them and hope you have as well. In order to reach our dreams and live the passionate life, 1. We shall meet life with full presence and power. 2. We shall reclaim our agenda. 3. We shall defeat our demons. 4. We shall advance with abandon. 5. We shall practice joy and gratitude. 6. We shall not break integrity. 7. We shall amplify love. 8. We shall inspire greatness. 9. We shall slow time. We need to stay in line with the declarations we have made if we indeed wish to pursue and remain in the passionate life. Obviously, you are still reading since we are here at the end of the book. Having made it to this point, I would like to congratulate you on being a success. You are a success in my book, and apparently you are into personal development since you did not give up and quit reading earlier in the book. I would also like to wish you a lifetime of joy and success as you live the passionate life. I hope you become a master of joy and fall in love with the life you have or create the life of your dreams. Either way, my hope is that you are filled with passion. Remember, stay Stay fully present and engaged, and you will reach your dreams. Think bigger than your current circumstances would have you be. Remain hungry and do not settle for life being pleasant. Find what you are passionate about and live that. Then you will be living the passionate life. Stay positive and grateful, my friends and family. What happened to the motivated and invigorated surge running through humanity, pushing people to progress and be better instead of lounging around and looking for the easiest way to survive? Whatever became of doing one's best or trying as hard as possible? Why is it that people have lost the drive to keep going forward and reaching for their big dreams, only to remain restricted to the limited goals that it seems circumstances would allow us to attain? Why have people become satisfied with being temporarily uplifted instead of reaching for and living the life of their dreams? Society seems to have given up and succumbed to watching television shows about others reaching their dreams, even calling on the telephone to vote their opinion as to who deserves to have their dream come true. In the meantime, these voters could be working toward achieving their own dreams of success. Let us stop settling for the scraps of commonality as we arise to our feet and go after the great lives we dream of for ourselves and those we love. Let us tap into the inner reserve of energy and vitality to be able to move forward. As it may feel that with all the stressors in the world today, life has caused us to use up all our resources. We must keep driving forward. Even when life seems to be blocking us from reaching our dreams, we need to stay on the path of progress and keep dreaming until our dreams come true. And I'll just wrap it up right there for today. And it's about that time, so I'll wrap it up a couple minutes early and just say that I'll be back next week with and I have a guest lined up for next week. Actually, I'm going to be redoing my guest from last week, Easton Gladley. We're going to do another show together. And I have some guests planned for the future, so that's real exciting. As you know, I mean, it's exciting reading my book and giving all that positivity, but having guests isn't even seems cool, really cool on top of that. So yeah, I guess that's about it, and I'll just wrap it up by saying just reminding you to stay kind, optimistic, and grateful, and have a phenomenal day and a phenomenal week. And I guess that's about it. And with that, I'm out of here. All right. Ciao.